Hello, everyone. My name is Yasmin Shabazz, and I'm really glad to have the chance to talk to you about something that affects not only our coastline, but also our economy, wildlife, and our future generations. The growing pollution problem in the Gulf of Mexico. This is a personal issue to me because, like many Texans, I've spent time on the coast. I've seen the beauty of our marine life, and I've also seen how it is changing. The Gulf of Mexico has been a lifeline for Texas. It supports over 60,000 jobs in commercial fishing, tourism, and shipping. However, over the past few decades, increased industrial activity, poor land use practices, and the lack of regulation has turned this once thriving ecosystem into a dumping ground for pollutants. The more we expand upstream in Texas and other Gulf states, the more we funnel those problems straight to our shores. The Gulf faces severe pollution from agricultural runoff, oil spills, industrial waste, and plastic debris. The Gulf borders the entire southeastern coastline of Texas, impacting cities like Houston and Corpus Christi. One of the most pressing issues is the seasonal dead zone, an area with such low oxygen that marine life cannot survive. This image is a map showing the extent of the Gulf oiling in 2010. The causes of pollution. Nutrient pollution, such as nitrogen and phosphorus from farms and sewage. Industrial pollution, like the oil spills, example is the Deepwater Horizon oil spill in 2010, and plastic and marine debris from urban runoff. The primary cause is nutrient pollution from rivers like the Mississippi and Brazos, which carries fertilizers from farms and sewage from cities. These nutrients fuel algae blooms, which then decay and suck oxygen out of the water. Oil spills, including the Deepwater Horizon oil spill in 2010, and plastic pollution add to this crisis. More specifically, the Mississippi River alone, though it doesn't run through Texas, carries runoff from 31 states. And when it meets the Gulf, it brings with it nitrogen, phosphorus, oil byproducts, and tons of plastic waste. Even closer to home, areas like the Houston Ship Channel have recorded high levels of petrochemicals, posing a long-term risk not just to marine life, but to human health. This is an illustration of nutrient runoff and hypoxia formation from the Mississippi River Delta all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Who is affected? Marine life, fish, turtles, dolphins, due to hypoxia. People, fishing and tourism industries are always impacted by this. Coastal residents. Residents face beach closures and economic loss. Fishermen along the coast, the Texas coast, report smaller catches and increased boat damage from debris. Families who depend on beach tourism face economic uncertainty during red tide blooms when beaches are closed and waters are toxic. The impact is deeply personal to many coastal communities, especially those with fewer resources to adapt. This pollution affects marine ecosystems, fisheries, and the health of Texas residents. Gulf Coast communities rely heavily on fishing and tourism, both of which suffer from declining water quality and toxic algae blooms. Local wildlife, including dolphins, turtles, and fish species, are dying at an alarming numbers. Scientific findings. According to NOAA, the 2023 Gulf Dead Zone was over 3,000 square miles. Research from Texas A&M shows a steady increase in nutrient loads and microplastic concentration along the coast. Peer-reviewed studies link these pollutants to long-term ecological decline. One such study from Texas A&M found that the Gulf's biodiversity has dropped significantly in areas closest to industrial outflows. This means fewer shrimp, fewer crabs, and fewer fish. The dead zone isn't just a patch of ocean, it's a symptom of an ecosystem collapse. Efforts to address the issues. There are ongoing efforts such as the Texas Coastal Management Program and nonprofit work by groups like the Gulf Restoration Networks. Some farms are adapting the best management practices to reduce runoff. However, enforcement is inconsistent and federal state coordination needs improvement. What can we do? We can help by supporting local cleanup efforts, reducing plastic use, and pushing for stricter regulations on runoff. Students and residents can also volunteer with organizations like the Texas General Lands Office's Adopt a Beach program. The future outlook. If we take bold action now, reduce plastic, support clean water laws, educate others, we can reverse this trend. But if we stay passive, we risk leaving behind an ocean no longer fit to support us or the creatures that we share it with. Let's be the generation that restored the Gulf, not the one that watched it die. If nothing changes, we risk losing marine biodiversity, collapsing fisheries, and facing stronger hurricanes that stir up toxic pollutants. However, if we take action, we can restore balance and protect both our coast and the people who depend on it. My research draws on sources from NOAA, the EPA, peer-reviewed journals, and Texas-based environmental organizations. You'll see a full list of sources here. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have learned.